So
I was thinking, right, because it's 66 books, so it's not really a book; it's a library. Yeah, it's the way to look at it. And you've got lots of different kinds of books within it, and they're not necessarily all in particular sort of chronological order. And so you've got the Old Testament that sort of leads up really to the climax of the New Testament of, the big guy in the story is Jesus. Yeah. So this is what it's all about. And I was trying to think, well, it's really difficult understanding some of the Old Testament. And I was thinking, how can I explain it to you guys? And I was thinking, well, imagine like Rampage was happening this year, right?
I love it.
Right. and they were thinking, right, we can't have it. Is it in Utah they have it? We can't have it in Utah. We're going to have it in the middle of Africa.
Yeah.
Right? And you're out there with your dig crew, right? Is it 9 days you spend digging, filling sandbags? Imagine someone's from a Bedouin tribe turns up and goes, what are you doing, guys? And you're filling up sandbags. And you say, we're here because bikes, what's a bike? This guy's going to come down with things, wheels, and he's going to jump. But what are you doing? I don't understand. You're filling up sandbags and you tell me... And so you're trying to, do all these things that look completely random in this place. You're building jumps and you're setting off kickers and all this kind of stuff. And the guy just doesn't understand. He's kind of looking for it, and you're trying to explain to him what's going on. And of course, I think in Rampage, you dig with the guys who jump in, aren't you? It's the same in the Bible. So, like, what happens in the New Testament is it's event day. Yeah, so this is jump day in Rampage. When Jesus comes, everything starts to make sense.
Right.
Okay, so now imagine I'm a 13-year-old kid and I've just watched Rampage for the first time. I see it all, and now I watch a documentary of these guys who work for 9 days digging. I understand. I appreciate what they're doing.
So that's the Old Testament.
The Old Testament is leading up to the...
I like it. That was solid, that was.
Yeah, so it's kind of... when you're reading it, it's not making any sense. You're like that Bedouin in the middle of Africa. Sorry, maybe. I was thinking, well, Utah, you wouldn't have a Bedouin there who wouldn't understand bikes, but you know what I mean? You get the picture.
Yeah.
And so when you're reading that, you're going, why are you filling up sandbags? Why are you doing all these things?
Right.
And so it leads up. And when you understand the event, the big event of Jesus coming, of him, this is
dropping
Jesus
in.
who is God, who is dropping into the world. Yeah? He does drop into the world, does he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just a sort of, he shows us the most awesome thing, which is God's love for us. This is what the Christian message is that we're all there going, wow, why do you love me so much that you would die for me? I don't understand that. We're sort of awed and blown away by it. Just as anybody watching Rampage is going, whoa, that's nuts. So when I go back to the Old Testament, I see him there with the dig crew too, saying this is how I want it to be set up. I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this, and so you need to do it like this. So you get these prophets, and the story goes on. And as you see the story, does that make sense? If you're reading the New Testament, particularly in the Gospels, and that's what, if anybody's going to read the Bible for the first time, I'd encourage them to go there. You meet Jesus. You're there at Advent Day. You'll see that a lot of people saying, he's come. This Messiah's come. It's an exciting day because all these promises are going to come true. And the issue and the problem is that man is broken, that our hearts are broken, that we try to fill them with all sorts of stuff. And God, our Father, wants a relationship with us, but we'd rather do anything but. A bit like a kid at Christmas who grabs the toys and turns his back on his father who's just given it to him and plays with the toys and doesn't even say thank you to his father. And that's kind of, our God wants a relationship with us rather than just give us toys.
All right. Are you happy with us replacing... I don't know. So does it matter then which faith you choose as long as you reach the...
Event day.
Event day. No, I fucking struggled. I knew this was going to be a struggle to get what... I know what I mean.
Yeah.
So in which case, I feel like people that are listening that aren't religious might have that sort of like knee-jerk reaction to the words God or Jesus.
Of course, yeah.
I kind of try and imagine that they could be filled with anything. And do you understand what I mean? Not another God or another Jesus, but like, what would be the word for it that would make it more relatable? That it would make it feel less like a club.
Okay.
That's what I...
Okay.
I think that's what I...
It's the exclusivity of it is the issue.
Yeah, and it's like it's not that I disagree with even what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like I don't disagree with what you're saying when you say man is broken and we turned our back on. But it's like the mention of the G word or the J word that instantly makes people that who aren't,
because it's
feel,
like singular. It's just
it's
putting
like just
all
one
of
thing.
the emphasis on that thing.
Yeah, because there's lots of teachings in lots of religions that are helpful. I would say probably you might not say, but I think just as a casual observer, lots of things I agree and align with in lots of religions. It's not like
I would say for me, the one thing that stands out for me from the story of the Bible and who Jesus is that, and I think it does make it different to every other religion, and which is that this isn't about us saving ourselves. It's not a self-help guide. It's not a kind of do better, follow moral code and do this. Yes, there are laws in there, but they're within a context. They're within a context of covenant and love. And so that I've not become a Christian because I'm a good guy. I've become a Christian because I'm a mess. You know, I'm the worst person I know, you know, because I know my thought life. I don't know your thought life. You know what I mean? And
Thought life means what goes on in your head.
Yeah, man. It's just like I've got problems with pride. I've got problems with all sorts of things in my head that I'm dealing with. But God doesn't love me because, just like a father would, you know, with my children, I don't love them because they're good at mountain biking. I love them because of my children. You know, I love them because they are mine and I want a relationship with them. And I feel that's what the God of the universe is like. You know, He loves us, but we don't want anything to do with him, or we don't seek to do that. I'm kind of getting my, sorry guys.
No, it's fine.
The thing is, you know, it's hard. You know, when the challenge here for me is you want to keep it a little bit light.
No, it's good.
No, I understand. It's good though, dude.
Do you think religion is only for broken people? Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type The Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!